Hey guys, welcome to the world premiere of the brand new Honda Passport Trailsport. And in this video, if you guys are into overlanding or off-roading, we're going to give you the top 10 reasons why that Passport behind me is the one to get.
At number 10, we have the big styling improvements in the front end. This Passport looks tough, rugged, and ready for adventure. So from the A-pillar forward, all the sheet metal is brand new. Very similar to the new Ridgeline. Now, interestingly enough, the headlight bucket is the same as the outgoing Passport, but it's been tweaked around a little bit. It's got a much flatter front fascia to give it that rough and rugged look.
And before we get to number 9, Honda was kind enough to supply us with this running footage of the vehicle actually out on the trail. So Matt, who's editing this video, be so kind as to roll that footage. At number 9 has got to be these brand new exhaust tips. If you're familiar with the new Ridgeline, you're going to be familiar with these. They're not only bigger, but they are way cooler.
Number 8, the fantastic wheels on this particular Passport. These are part of the HPD group, Honda Performance Development. You can get them at the dealer, you can get them from the factory, but it's a really cool wheel design, and the best part, it's available in black or like a bronzy gold, and that is the one to get. It just looks super cool. Now these tires, the Destination AT2s, fit this vehicle really well. These are actually aftermarket. The standard tire has an aggressive sidewall, but a standard all-season tread, if that's the look you want to go for.
You mean like in the Ridgeline?
Same tires as on the Ridgeline.
Number 7 has got to be the fact that Honda has gotten rid of a lot of the piano black that you'd see in your standard Passport. And the reason for that is simple. Well, if you're going to get this dirty, that really shows dirt. But if you look around, there's one other thing in here that's unique. Tommy, tell them about it.
Yeah, that's right, Dad. This vehicle's got really cool orange stitching. Now you can see that the Trailsport theme is this bright orange throughout the vehicle, and they've continued that onto the interior in the stitching and onto the headrests. You'll find Trailsport emblazoned onto the material. Looks fantastic.
Now that we have worked our way down to number 5, it's got to be the tow hitch. Not the fact that it's got a recovery point, but the fact that this vehicle will tow 5,000 pounds. So if you've got yourself a nice little light trailer that you want to go overlanding in, this will tow it.
So I interrupt this countdown for a quick explanation of the vehicle you see behind me, because there's a lot of really cool stuff going on. So this is the new 2022 Honda Passport Trailsport, and that gives you a bunch of the stuff we've already talked about. But on top of that, it has a few HPD accessories like the wheels and the fender flares. But on top of that, the guys at Honda have actually built this out to be a more capable off-roader. So they've given it about an 1.5 inch lift, bringing the ground clearance from about 8.1 to close to 10 inches. But the coolest part is underneath. It's got a front end skid plate over the oil pan and a skid plate over the fuel tank, which they have been testing thoroughly to make sure it's up to trail standards. Now, of course, this is not part of the Trailsport package, but the folks over at Honda say it may be teasing some upcoming features on future Honda models, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Also, the rooftop tent, the roof nest.
Coming up very soon on TFL Truck, our brand new video series for a few bucks less. Check it out.
What is that? Envelope. N's for you, T's for you, and A's for you.
Sweet.
We're calling this new series for a few bucks less.
This is $2,500 bucks.
Exactly. Look at it. It's a B4000.
Were you living in here for a while?
Look at it! It's a 1965 Peugeot 404.
And the transmission is still there.
Aha! I thought you bought a Peugeot.
Taking that aside, everything pretty much works. Oh, I got him at the line.
Come on! That's gonna be the slowest race ever done at this IMI track.
But here's what I found in my truck.
You found that?
It's a bat.
It's still leaking.
It's a little tiny bit of oil.
Nathan, how do you feel against the mighty V8 right now?
So guys, the question now is, for a few bucks less, did you get a little less or a lot less? And there's only one way to figure that out. At number 4, we've got these really cool orange recovery points. Now you might be thinking, is this part of the Trailsport package? It isn't, but it previews what's coming down the line in further Honda products.
So number 3, the Trailsport badging looks fantastic. And if you actually zoom in closely here, you see the O, it's got this little cutout that's supposed to look like a little geotag. A lot of thought went into the design of the Trailsport logo. And I also want to talk about this cladding over here, which is also a really nice design touch. Now, it's a little different than what you'll find on the Ridgeline with the HPD package. It's got a little bit more stylized elements in it, but this is part of the HPD package as well.
All right, and number 2, you might be wondering about pricing and availability. Pricing has not yet been announced, and availability sometime at the end of this year, beginning of next year. Pretty straightforward.
Now the coolest part about this Passport Trailsport is something that not a lot of people realize about the Passport and other Honda SUV and Ridgeline products. That is the all-wheel drive system. This uses something called the iVTM4 system. It is a torque vectoring all-wheel drive system. Single speed transfer case, obviously no low range, but I've had this thing off-road. I've had it on rollers in the standard Passport configuration, and iVTM4 with its various off-road terrain modes is one of the best systems in the industry. Super capable, great at distributing torque left and right. You can send up to 70% of torque to the rear axle at any given time, and that is all fed by 280 horsepower V6 made into a 9-speed automatic. So that is really the magic sauce in the Trailsport. It comes standard with the iVTM4 system, and it'll make this thing a ton of fun out on the mild or maybe even medium trails.
Now, at this point, you might be thinking to yourself, this is not, Roman, a very serious, hardcore off-roader, but that's not how and why Honda designed this vehicle. Honda designed a vehicle that they say you're going to use the way that, well, you use it. In other words, more on-road than off-road. So if you're looking for something that is comfortable on-road, but can take you off the beaten path, can take you overlanding, this might be the new vehicle for you. As always, this is Roman
And Tommy,
saying thanks for watching. Remember, check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, new car world premiere reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.